This is the Smith & Wesson CH202 hunting knife, and this is a great deal. I got this on Amazon, $11 change. That included shipping. Now, this isn't going to be your #1 go-to knife. This isn't going to be your primary skinning knife, your primary hunting, bushcraft, or anything like that. But for 11 change, including shipping, this is a pretty good knife. This would make a great backup knife, a great general purpose knife, a great knife for you to you know, just use around home, carry with you, have in the vehicle, things like that. Just you know, a very good knife for what you spend for it, and I think it's a useful tool. I'm going to talk about the sheath first. We're going to do this backwards. I saw some reviews where they were knocking the sheath. I think this is a great sheath. It's a nice ballistic nylon sheath. It's stitched well. My camera doesn't focus, so you're not going to get too close up, but it's stitched well. It has 4 rivets in it, and they're solid. It does have, you can see a little daylight through there. It does have those areas where you can, for drainage. The inside of this sheath, it has hard plastic, and it has a double hard plastic liner inside where the knife blade goes to protect it. And it has a nice Velcro retention strap. I know a lot of guys don't like the Velcro. This one is fairly strong. You can tighten it pretty good. That knife does not move at all inside that sheath. And it's quick to release. You can do it with one hand. Just a flick of the thumb. Off comes the Velcro. I kind of like that. And out comes the knife. The sheath it's very solid. It's a solid, hard type of sheath. It's got, I know you can't see the inside, but it's plastic lined, like I said. It's got a nice strong belt loop on there. It's stitched well. That ain't gonna come off. So it's small, it's simple, it's lightweight, weighs nothing. I know it's got the emblem on there, Smith & Wesson Bullseye. Some guy, you can take that off if you want to. But I think that sheath works great. I think it's fantastic. Let's talk about the knife. Here's the knife, Smith & Wesson Bullseye hunting knife. Get my tape measure out so we can measure it. But here's the knife. And this isn't the greatest steel in the world, and that's to be expected with an inexpensive stainless knife. It's some kind of 420. The edge was kind of messed up when I got it. It wasn't very sharp. It was, the bevel on the edge was very deep, and I'm trying to thin it out a bit. I've been working on it here and there, and but it takes a little while to sharpen, but it does sharpen. It's not going to hold an edge for a long time. You're going to have to continue to resharpen it, but that's 420. But it does work. It is a useful steel. There's a lot of knife here. This is close to 9 ounces heavy. It's pretty hefty. It's got a good feel for it. It's got a nice drop point. I like that. It's got a nice thick backbone on it, which extends all the way to the point. There goes my phone. And a good width to that knife. That's about 1.25 inches wide. It's not a full tang knife. You can't see the tang all the way around the rubber handle, of course, but the tang is a good tang. It is full length. It does make it to that rear fastener, so it is full length. And it's not, when it goes into the I took the handle off, when the tang goes into the handle, it's not cut down at a 90-degree angle. It's rounded, which will give it extra strength. I'm glad they did that. But the tang in there is pretty beefy. It's the same width of the knife. It runs all the way to the end. You do have your 2 fasteners, little hex heads. They screw to each other, and it's not, the tang isn't skeletonized. The only 2 holes through it are where the fasteners go. It's a little Smith & Wesson emblem on the rubber handle. Handle's very comfortable, extremely comfortable. I know a lot of guys don't like the finger grooves. It works for me. A nice place to put your thumb. You can choke up on it like that. Do some close-in work if you had to. Very comfortable. I think you could work with this knife all day and not have any stress or strain on your hand. That's one of the things I like the most about it. The rubber it's a good quality rubber. It's got just a little bit of give for it to put that comfort there. Just a little bit of give. The blade itself is about 4.5 inches long. The cutting edge is about 4 inches long. Overall, this knife is 9.5 inches long. And again, not going to be a primary knife. You could skin something with it. You could do some bushcraft with it and other things. Just a great knife to have around, I think, at that price. Handle is very comfortable for me. Says Smith & Wesson Bullseye there. That'll wear off in time. I did, as I was walking through the woods today, I did chop at a few logs and a few small branches, and for a little knife it does that pretty well. Not a bad little chopper. You're not going to chop anything big, but if you had to whack off some branches here and there, it'll work. It'll do it. It's got some heft to it. That's a lot of blade there for a small knife. Okay, so there you have it. It's the Smith & Wesson CH202 hunting knife, as they call it. Put the tape measure next to it for you guys who like to see the measurements. Okay, it's about 9.5 inches overall. Nice little knife for 11 change, shipping included. You can't beat it. This is Cyclist 1222. Talk to you next time.